A wide open three off the front rim, no good. Rebound taken down by Simmons, stripped away, stolen away by Higher. Higher pushing the ball at the court. Higher to the foul line. Gets it over to D'Ambrosio at the baseline. To Frank Amano behind the three-point line. To Higher, a wide open three. In and out, no good. Rebound taken down by D'Ambrosio. Offensive rebound. And a new 30 for Brooklyn College. Outside to Higher. Gives it over to Frank Amano, and she says to regroup. Gets it over to Higher at the left side. Back to Frank Amano at the midcourt logo. Frank Amano gets a pick from man. Driving, floater is up. Air ball. Coming up with the rebound is Howard. Gives it to Simmons. We have a blocking foul on Christina Higher. That'll be the third personal foul on Christina Higher, the 15th foul on Brooklyn College, as this game has really turned, as Shala Glenn will check into the basketball game for Rutgers of Newark. She'll check in for Jasmine Lombard, and Asia Foster will check in for Rima Mann. And we have a 30-second timeout called by Rutgers of Newark, as Brooklyn College has really responded here in the second half, leading 48-43, 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the ECAC Women's Final.
And, you know, the biggest thing has been, I think, the switch to that press, because it's really kind of taken Rutgers Newark out of the game that they're really wanting to play, and it's really been able to get Brooklyn College to force some turnovers and get out in transition. That's where these big shots are coming from. And, you know, even if they're not knocking down the first shot, they're able to get offensive rebounds. All of this is done, and it gets the defense out of position. When the defense is not in position, that's when you're going to be able to take advantage of open shots, and that's what Brooklyn's been able to do on this last run that they've gotten.
Yeah, Brooklyn College changing up their defense, and it's leading to great offense. Chrissy Hires coming up with steals. Nicole Frincamano's coming up with steals. And it's leading to points in transition, or points in the half court off turnovers nonetheless. As we resume action right here, inbound to Maria Simmons. Rutgers of Newark going from right to left. Still in the backcourt, 24 on the shot clock. Maria Simmons to the midcourt logo. Gets over to Glenn at the left side. Glenn crossing over, guarded by Hire. 15 on the shot clock. Picks up her dribble. Gets over to Simmons at the right side. Brooklyn College in his own defense. Gets it over to the left side to Williams. Williams going about a jumper, pulls it out, guarded by Foster. 5 on the shot clock. They got to do something. It's over to Simmons. Simmons, it's over to Glenn. 2 on the shot clock. Jumper for Williams is up. It's good. It's a three-pointer for Ariana Williams. A big shot right there. Her third three-pointer. 9 points for Williams. And now we have a foul on Maria Simmons. Another foul on her. That is the fourth foul on Maria Simmons, as she was once again too aggressive on Nicole Francomano, and it appears anytime she's too aggressive on her, they're going to call that every time. The 8th team foul on Rutgers of Newark here in the second half. As we have a timeout, a 30-second timeout called by Coach Alex Lang. Brooklyn College leading Rutgers of Newark 48-46 with 4 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in regulation.
That's going to be a big foul on Simmons, because we talked about how that's 4 fouls, and all of them have come in the second half. And the problem is, when you get a couple of fouls like that being called, it's a hard thing to kind of stop doing. And if towards the stretch here, you know, if you don't have someone like Simmons in the game for Rutgers, she's been huge for them defensively. She's also, you know, she also runs the point for them, which is really kind of a big thing to lose if she happens to pick up that 5th foul late in this game. If you lose your main point guard, that's really going to hurt you in being able to run your offense.
Yeah, she really sets up their offense. She is the floor general right now for them, Maria Simmons is. Because Ariana Williams, watching her play, she seems like more of a shooting guard. So I don't really see her setting up the offense as well as Maria Simmons has, as Nicole Francomano will go to the free throw line, and she was fouled violently by Maria Simmons. Francomano, front end of a 1-and-1 is off the front rim, no good. Rebound, fought for, coming up with it to give a possession arrow, and we'll stay right here with the Brooklyn College Bulldogs. They'll have the ball with 27 on the shot clock, 3 minutes, 58 seconds to go here in the second half. They get a fresh 30-second shot clock, 3:58 to go in the second half. They lead Rutgers of Newark 48-46. As Christina Hire will inbound the basketball behind her own baskets. Looking, still looking. Inbounds to D'Ambrosio. Shoots a three-pointer. Off the side rim, no good. Rebound fought for. Coming up with it is Glenn of Rutgers of Newark. Glenn pushing the ball at the court. Glenn to the midcourt logo. Knocked away. And we have a foul on Christina Hire as she went for that steal. I didn't see a foul right there. I thought it was all ball. But it's a foul on Christina Hire, her 4th personal foul. And that'll be the 16th foul on Brooklyn College. So Rutgers of Newark will take the basketball out with 3:49 to go in the second half. trailing 48-46. As Ariana Williams will inbound the basketball right now on the front court. Inbounds pass goes to Simmons. Simmons gives it over to Williams. Williams gives it over to Glenn straight away, guarded by Heyer. Gives it over to the right side to Williams. Williams thought about a three. Picks up her dribble, gets over to Glenn at the foul line. Glenn driving inside. We have an offensive foul as Glenn just ran over Christina Heyer. That'll be the fourth personal foul on Charlotte Glenn and the 19th foul on Rutgers of Newark. It's an offensive foul, so it will just be a side out for Brooklyn College as Rima Mann will check into the basketball game for Brooklyn College. And Asia Foster will check out. Inbounds pass goes to Megan Campbell. Campbell dribbling the basketball, goes up the court to D'Ambrosi. D'Ambrosi challenging Glenn, pulls it out though. Gets it over, it's knocked out of bounds by Jade Howard, and we'll stay right here with Brooklyn College with 22 on the shot clock. Brooklyn College leads Rutgers of Newark 48-46. 3 minutes, 28 seconds to go here in the second half. As Heyer looking to inbound behind her own baskets. Heyer inbounds to Francomano at the right side in the corner. Francomano driving baseline, trips, and she is fouled. That's the 10th team foul on Rutgers of Newark. Foul will be on number 12. It'll be on Ariana Williams. That'll be her fourth personal foul. As I mentioned, the 10th team foul on Rutgers of Newark as Francomano will try to extend this lead as Rutgers of Newark has been really aggressive here in the second half. As Francomano free throw is up, it's good. Francomano now has 12 points in this game and she'll get one more foul shot.
Rutgers Newark now running into a lot of foul troubles. This is going to be a problem if they start fouling to try to get the ball back.
His free throw is up, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound taken down by Glenn. Hands it off to Williams. 49-46 Brooklyn College. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in regulation. Williams setting up the offense at the right side. Picks up her dribble. Gets it over to Simmons at the midcourt logo. Simmons picks it up. Gets it inside to Howard. Howard has it knocked away. Stolen away by Megan Campbell. Campbell gets it over to Francomano. Knocked away by Howard. Fighting for the ball. We have a possession arrow. And who will they give the ball to? They will give the ball to Rutgers of Newark. Good effort by Jade Howard fighting Francomano as they'll get the ball back. They trail 49-46. 3 minutes to go in the second half as Asia Foster will check into the basketball game for Rima Mann for Brooklyn College. As inbounding the basketball is Maria Simmons behind her own basket. A fresh 30-second shot clock for Rutgers of Newark. Maria Simmons, as I mentioned, will inbound the basketball. Getting set right here. Looking. Inbounds pass. Goes to Williams. A wide open three. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound 4-4. Howard comes up with it. Lays it up. No. Rebound 4-4. Coming up with it is Foster. Foster is thrown to the ground. We have a foul on Rutgers of Newark. It's another foul on them as Foster is in pain right now. Remember, that shoulder was bothering her this year, but she appears to be okay right now. But she's grimacing right now as she heads over. That'll be the fifth personal foul on Simmons. She's fouled out the basketball game. Simmons, 5 fouls. All of those 5 fouls coming in the second half. And now Rutgers of Newark loses their point guard. Simmons cannot believe it, as that is a huge loss right there. Simmons is furious right now, as is Bill Zizowski, the coach of Rutgers of Newark, as that was obviously a foul right there. She just threw Asia Foster to the ground. Maybe they thought it was a foul on someone else, but Simmons was in the vicinity, and they will call that every time. Simmons just not smart with her defense here in the second half. They lose their point guard, as I mentioned, as checking into the game is Jade Lombard for Rutgers of Newark. They did not need that right there, as going to the free throw line is Asia Foster. Simmons just too aggressive here in the second half, as I mentioned, and her afternoon is done. As Foster will go to the free throw line, she'll get 2 foul shots. Free throw is up. It's good, and Brooklyn College extends its lead to 50-46 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in regulation. Asia Foster will get 1 more foul shot. Free throw is up. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound 4-4. Coming up with the rebound is Lombard. Hands it off to Williams. Rutgers of Newark going from right to left. 2:43 to go here in the second half. Williams approaching the timeline, crosses the timeline. Guarded by Heyer. Picked up her dribble. Gets it over to Lombard. Lombard driving inside, lays it over the glass. No! Rebound is taken down by Campbell of Brooklyn College. Brooklyn College with a 4-point lead with 2.5 to go here in the second half. Francomano setting up the offense, guarded by Glenn. Francomano to the right side, yo-yoing with the right hand. 15 on the shot clock. Francomano pulls it back out. Crossing over. It's over to Hire with the left side. Way behind the three-point line. 10 on the shot clock. Campbell. A wide open three. Off the front row, no good. Rebound tracked down by Gordon. Hands it off to Glenn. Over to Williams. 2 minutes to go in regulation. Brooklyn College leading Rutgers of Newark by 4 points. Williams setting up the offense. Picks up a dribble. Gets it over to Glenn straight away. Glenn gets it over to Williams at the left side. Gets it over to Gordon at the left baseline. Gets it over to Williams. Williams with 8 on the shot clock. Gets it over to Gordon. Gets it back over to Williams. 5 on the shot clock. Driving to the foul line. Glenn, a long two-pointer off the back rim, no good. Rebound fought for. Coming up with it is Howard, a new 30 for Rutgers of Newark. Foul line jumper for Williams is up. Off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Glenn. And we have a foul on Brooklyn College. That'll be the 17th foul on Brooklyn College. Fouls on Megan Campbell. It will be her 4th personal foul. And now it'll be a 1-and-1 for Rutgers of Newark as Brooklyn College failed to rebound. And now Rima Mann will check in for Asia Foster right now as Shala Glenn will go to the free throw line trying to answer on a 1-and-1 situation. As Glenn will try to make some huge free throws right now. A minute 28 to go. Rutgers of Newark trails by 4 points. Glenn takes a few dribbles, eyes the rim, free throw is up, it's good. And now she earns herself a second foul shot. Glenn has 4 points in this game. And now Bill Zawolski of Rutgers of Newark wants a timeout right now. Let's see what kind of timeout it will be. It'll be a full timeout for Rutgers of Newark. And now it's crunch time here at the West Quad Gymnasium, here at the ECAC Final. Brooklyn College, as I talked about, has to rebound the basketball. It's the reason why Shala Glenn is at the free throw line. A chance to cut the lead to 2 points right now. And had Brooklyn College rebounded, they would have a chance to make this a 6-point game for them.
Yeah, the offensive rebounds is really what's hurting the Bulldogs. It hasn't really been that many, but the problem is they're coming in really key situations.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Brooklyn will do a really good job defensively and force Rutgers to put up a shot they don't want, but unfortunately, they're not rebounding the ball when they need it. You know, these have all been really key situations that these offensive rebounds have come down to Rutgers Newark. If Brooklyn can kind of slow that down. Also, the big thing is going to be knocking down free throws, because you got to imagine, we're at about a minute and a half left in regulation right now. Brooklyn's got a 3-point lead. Rutgers is going to the free throw line. At some point here, you're probably going to see Rutgers Newark start fouling, start trying to get something to get the ball back. But the big thing is, they're also probably going to press a lot. They did that. They started doing the last couple possessions. What they're going to try to do is they're going to try to get a turnover in the full court before the ball gets to the timeline. After that, we'll see how they go. They'll probably still got at least one more possession of just playing regular defense before they have to start fouling. But the first couple times, probably look for them to try to force a turnover, maybe foul after the ball gets across the half-court line. Yeah,
and when they foul, is what I've talked about. Brooklyn College has to do the little things. They got to make the free throws when they have them. And speaking of free throws, Shala Glenn of Rutgers of Newark has one more foul shots. One more foul shot, 50-47 Brooklyn College. A minute 28 to go here in regulation. Glenn will get one more foul shot. Free throw is up. No good. And Rima Mann of Brooklyn College tracks down the rebound. Hands it off to Francomano. Francomano wisely, slowly setting up this offense. And she's guarded right now by Jade Howard. Approached by Ariana Williams. You have a timeout called by Coach Alex Lang. And what kind of a timeout it will be? It will be a full timeout for Brooklyn College. Let's see what Coach Alex Lang would draw up. What do you think he'll draw up right now as they have the ball with 20 seconds on the shot clock?
Well, I think what he was doing right there is he was looking to see what kind of defense Rutgers was going to go back into. That's why he called the timeout. The other thing is you can kind of hear Rutgers' coach. He was trying to yell at him to do the defense he was setting up. What they were looking to do right there is trap as soon as the ball got across half court and really trap them right in the corner. That's what Coach Lang was looking to see what they wanted to do defensively. Now that he's seen that, he's probably going to look to keep some players cross court, look to maybe set up someone on the other side of the court for a long pass across it, or even maybe down at the baseline, because they're going to look to create that trap right at half court. So you've got to free up some space right there. You're going to want to put players at all of the corners because you want to spread out the other remaining 3 defenders as much as possible and find that open defender. You've also got to make a smart pass because they're going to try to create a force, or they're going to try to force a steal off the first pass. That's why you set up a trap, especially like this. You want to create a quick turnover. So smart passes for the Bulldogs are going to be key on this possession right here.
Yes, Brooklyn College on the verge, on the cusp of their first ECAC crown. They've been to 6 of them, 6 years in a row, and they're trying to finally get over the hump, trying to finally win an ECAC tournament. Is D'Ambrosio of Brooklyn College who inbound the ball in the front court. Inbounds pass goes to Chrissy Hire in the backcourt. Inbounds to Frank Amano. Frank Amano, nearly a backcourt violation. Over to man at the left baseline. 13 on the shot clock. Gets it over to Frank Amano. Frank Amano guarded closely by McKinnon, who just checked in. Gets it over to Hire. 6 on the shot clock. Hire driving inside. Inside, stolen away by McKinnon, who just checked in. Hands it off to Williams. Under a minute to go. Brooklyn College leads 50-47. That's Williams. Approaches the midcourt logo with 20 on the shot clock. Brooklyn College still in that zone defense. Hands off to McKinnon. And now we have a timeout called by Rutgers of Newark. And we'll see what kind of timeout it is. They call a timeout with 17 on the shot clock. It will be a full charge timeout, as probably the same thing that Coach Alex Lang did. They're trying to see what kind of defense Brooklyn College is known to be. A 30-second timeout. They change it. They're going to try to see what kind of defense Brooklyn College is running right now.
Well, I think one of the things was, too, you saw kind of Rutgers having a little bit of miscommunication there offensively. They were trying to get Shayla Glenn to actually run the half-court offense, but she wasn't running to get the ball. Finally, she did, but at that point is when their coach called a timeout, because you can tell when there's any kind of miscommunication right there offensively, especially this late in the game, you want to settle things down. You want to bring everybody in and make sure everybody is on the same page. So that was one of the big problems there, why he had to call a timeout, is that they had an offense ready to run, but there was some miscommunication over what they were doing. So you got to bring everyone together and make sure everyone's on the same page.
As Brooklyn College leads 50-47, 17 seconds on the shot clock, 47.7 to go in regulation. Inbounds pass goes to McKinnon for Rutgers of Newark. Gives it over to Williams at the right side, back to McKinnon. Gives it over to Glenn, 10 on the shot clock, 40 seconds on the game clock. Gives it over to Williams to the right side. Goes to Gordon at the foul line. Jumper over Campbell is up off the back rim. Rebounded by Frank Amano, but stolen away by Howard. Howard gives it over to Williams at the right baseline. Gives it over to Howard. Howard to Williams for 3. The game is tied at 50 with 24 seconds to go. Another three-pointer for Ariana Williams. Her 4th three-pointer. 19 seconds to go in regulation. Game is tied at 50. Frank Amano setting up the offense right now at the midcourt logo. Guarded by Glenn. 10 seconds to go. Over to Frank Amano straight away. 8 seconds to go. Frank Amano at the left side. 5 seconds. Over to D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio driving. Pulls it out. 2 seconds. She's a 3. It's in and out. No good. And we're going to overtime. D'Ambrosio had it off the glass. Halfway down and out. And we have overtime here in the ECAC finals. Oh, man, it was so close right there. Even Brock's reaction was priceless. That three-point shot was off the glass in the cylinder and just spat back out. Wow.
I tell you what, she didn't have the greatest look on it, but I don't think you can have a ball come as close to going in without actually going in. And she went right off the bank. It hit kind of that inside of the front rim, which normally can go back in, but you get just that wrong spin of the basket. It hit the back rim, and that's when it shot off. So a good look by D'Ambrosio, as good a look as they were going to get. But now, here's going to be the big thing going into overtime. You've already got Maria Simmons, who's fouled out, so she's not going to be available for this next 5 minutes. For Brooklyn College, you've got Megan Campbell, Chrissy Hire, both with 4 personal fouls. For Rutgers Newark, Shayla Glenn and Ariana Williams all have 4 fouls. So foul trouble is going to be the big thing for this game. But also, think about this. Rutgers Newark has 10 team fouls already. So Brooklyn College starts overtime in the double bonus. Brooklyn College, though, with only 17 fouls. So Rutgers Newark is just in the 1-and-1 bonus to start overtime. So, and now, this is 2 overtime games back-to-back, Saturday and Sunday for Rutgers Newark. They have got to try to hang on. You got to hope adrenaline gets them through this overtime period.
Yes, another overtime game for Rutgers Newark here in this ECAC tournament. They beat CSI 81-75 in overtime yesterday afternoon, and they have another overtime game as we get set to begin the overtime right here. Megan Campbell will jump against Jade Howard. As we get set right here, the referee waiting, tied at 50. We have an extra session, and what a steal that was by Jade Howard to set up that three-pointer by Ariana Williams. If she didn't get that steal from Francomano, they would have been shooting free throws, leading by 3 points. Brooklyn College would have. But now we have an overtime. So we get set. The ball's in the air. Tip is controlled by Brooklyn College. Tap to Francomano. Francomano gets to D'Ambrosio. Fakes a three-pointer in the corner to Francomano. Setting up the offense, guarded by Glenn. Game is tied at 50. 4 minutes, 48 seconds to go here in the overtime. Set over to D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio to the left side. Gets over to Francomano, also the left side. Gets it over to to Campbell. Back to Francomano. Francomano to the foul line. Gets it over to D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio, wide open three. It's good. And now she knocks down that one. And now Brooklyn College takes a 53-50 lead. 14 points of D'Ambrosio. 4.5 to go here in overtime. Give it over to Glenn. Glenn gives it back to Williams. Williams gives it back to Glenn. Crosses the timeline. Gives it back to Williams. Williams with the midcourt logo, setting up the offense. 17 on the shot clock. Williams gives it over to Howard. Howard at the foul line. Foul line jumper is up. Big shot by Howard. It's good. Howard's been quiet in the second half. Only 4 points in the second half. She now has 17 points. Brooklyn College leads Rutgers of Newark 53-52. 4 minutes to go here in the overtime. Francomano setting up the offense. Gives it to D'Ambrosio. It's over to Heyer at the left side. Heyer guarded closely by Williams. Gets it over to Francomano. 10 on the shot clock. Gives it over to Heyer. Heyer gives it over to Campbell at the foul line. One dribble. Jumper is up. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound, 4-4 coming up with it is Williams. Williams approaching the timeline. 53-52, Brooklyn College. 3:38 to go here in overtime. Williams picks up a dribble. Gets it over to Glenn. Glenn gives it back to Williams. Gets it over to McKinnon at the right side. Back to Williams. Gives it over. Knocked away. Stolen away by Francomano. Francomano pushing the ball up the court to the midcourt logo. Challenged by Glenn. Get it over to D'Ambrosio. Three-pointer. It's good. Two huge three-pointers for Vanessa D'Ambrosio here in this overtime. And Brooklyn College now leads Rutgers 56-52. 3:10 to go here in overtime. Approaching 3 minutes. Williams setting up the offense. Brooklyn College in that zone defense. Gives it over to Glenn. Glenn gives it back over to Howard at the foul line. Spinning inside. Puts it up off the back rim and in. Two big baskets from D'Ambrosio and Jade Howard here in this overtime. 56-54 Brooklyn College. 2:50 to go here in overtime. Francomano setting up the offense. 2:45 to go. Guarded by Williams. Gets it over to D'Ambrosio at the midcourt logo. Gets it over to Heyer. Heyer setting it up. Gets it over to Francomano. 10 on the shot clock. Gets it over to Heyer. Inside to Campbell. Campbell posting up. Out to Heyer. A straight on wide open three. In and out, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Asia Foster. It'll go over to Rutgers of Newark. 56-54 Brooklyn College. 2:26 to go here in overtime as Rima Mann will check in for Asia Foster. It's the final game of the ECAC Women's Division III Metro Tournament. Brooklyn College up by 2. Who wants it more? Inbound pass goes to Glenn. It goes up to Gordon at the midcourt logo. Picked up a dribble. Nearly stolen by Heyer. Gives it over to Williams. Gives it to McKinnon. Back to Williams at the right side. Back to McKinnon. Gives it over to Glenn. Driving inside. Bounce pass to Howard. Lays it up. Fouled by Campbell. And that could be the 5th foul on Megan Campbell. If it is, she's fouled out. Is it on Campbell? Yes, that's 5 on Megan Campbell. And Campbell has fouled out this basketball game. She finishes the game with 11 points. So before she leaves Brooklyn College, they have other pieces. They still have Nicole Francomano, who is their point guard, who's done a great job setting up the offense here in the second half. And that is the end of Megan Campbell's Brooklyn College career, as she is a senior.
And again, we talked about how early in the first half they kept trying to get the ball to Jade Howard in that half-court offense, and that's what they've done here to start overtime. Yeah. And it's really kind of been working, but Brooklyn, credit them a couple times. They got a turnover once because they're kind of sitting back trying to make sure she doesn't get the ball. When they tried forcing it to her, that's when they were able to knock the ball loose and get the steal. But now they're doing a better job of moving her around and getting her open, and that's how she's gotten the ball the last couple times.
Jade Howard putting Rutgers on her back right now. Free throw is up. Way off the front rim. No good. They did not need that right there as Brooklyn College maintains a 56-54 second overtime lead with 2:09 to go. Second free throw is up. It rolls around, no good. Rebound D'Ambrosio, 2 huge misses from the foul line from Jade Howard. Gets it over to D'Ambrosio. A wide open 3. Oh, the front rim, no good. Man, the offensive rebound, lays it up and in. It is now 58-54. Brooklyn College under 2 minutes to go here in overtime. Williams looking, inbounds pass to Glenn. Glenn bounce pass to Williams in the backcourt. Glenn picks up a dribble, gives it over to Glenn, crosses the timeline, guarded by Heyer, gives it back to Williams straight away. Approaching a minute 35 to go here in overtime. Glenn picks up a dribble, gives it over to Gordon, bounce pass inside, stolen away by Asia Foster, hands it off to Frank Amano. Brooklyn College with a 4-point lead, a minute 25 to go here in overtime. Frank Amano driving inside. As they knocked out after the bounce, it's off Frank Amano. That's the right call. It'll go over to Rutgers of Newark as the turnover was forced by Cherie Gordon. As Jasmine Lombard will check into the basketball game for Adasia McKinnon for Rutgers of Newark. A big possession for Rutgers of Newark, trailing by 4 points, a minute 20 to go here in overtime. Williams setting up the offense, gives it over to Glenn at the midcourt logo. Guarded closer by Heyer, by Frank Amano, spins off, gives it over to Williams, gives it over to Gordon, gives it over to Howard, puts it up, no, tries to draw a foul. Coming up with it is Gordon. Gives it over to Williams. Gives it over to Glenn. 8 on the shot clock. Driving to the basket is Glenn. Inside. So Lombard lays it up and in. A big basket right there as they got a second chance. Lead is now cut to 2. 58-56 Brooklyn College. 53 seconds to go in overtime. It's a full timeout. And now Coach Alex Lang will draw up the best play right here as it has been such a great game in the second half and in the overtime. Back and forth action. Every time Brooklyn College looked like they would pull away, Rutgers of Newark comes up with its turnover and they score. They just cannot put them away. They lead by 2 points, 53 and 3/10 seconds to go here in the ECAC final here in overtime.
And you know, one of the things that happened on that last possession for Brooklyn College, you saw Asia Foster almost able to draw a charge. They decided to let it go. They decided it was a no call. They let the game play. When they got the ball back, she tried doing it again. Unfortunately, she stepped out and forgot her defensive responsibility to cover Jasmine Lombard. And that's what freed up Lombard to have a wide open layup right underneath the basket. Asia Foster's got to understand where the person she's guarding at is at, because when she went for that charge, it opened things up for Lombard. You can't let that happen, especially with about a minute left, less than a minute left now. You've got to realize where you're most needed defensively.
Yeah, you can't commit those. I know you're good at drawing charges and stuff, but you cannot try to do that right now. As in this situation, the referees are just going to let them play. It's the ECAC final. We're in overtime. It's been a hard-fought game. Just let them play in those bang-bang situations, and the referees are doing exactly that right now as Brooklyn College will inbound the basketball, leading 58-56, 53 and 3/10 seconds to go here in overtime. Frank Amano across the timeline, setting up the offense. 45 seconds to go. Gets it over to D'Ambrosio at the right side to Frank Amano. Over to Heyer at the left side. Back to Frank Amano. 15 on the shot clock. Guarded by Williams. Gets it over to D'Ambrosio. Back to Frank Amano. Frank Amano driving the side. D'Ambrosio wide open 3. It's good! It's the third three-pointer for Vanessa D'Ambrosio in the overtime. 20 points for Vanessa D'Ambrosio. She has really rose to the occasion here in the overtime. Brooklyn College leads by 5. 25 seconds to go. Gets it over to Glenn. 22 on the game clock. 21 on the shot clock. Gets it over to Gordon. Gordon at the foul line. Gets over to Glenn. Gets it over to Williams. 14 on the shot clock. Forced up a 3. Air ball. Coming up with a knocked out of bounds. It'll stay right here with Rutgers of Newark with 10 on the shot clock and only 9.8 to go here in the overtime. 61-56 Brooklyn College as they have a timeout call by Rutgers of Newark. Brooklyn College on the verge of winning the 2015 ECAC tournament. It's a full timeout call by Rutgers of Newark. D'Ambrosio has been so clutch here in this overtime, hitting three-pointer after three-pointer. After missing the three-pointer that would have won the game in regulation, she has hit 3 big three-pointers here in this overtime.
Huge play by the senior D'Ambrosio here. I mean, she's had a great ECAC tournament so far, and I tell you what, she's coming up clutch here in overtime. It's been a huge boost for the Bulldogs. Now we're talking a situation with a 5-point game a double two-possession game, only 9.8 seconds left. There's 10 on the shot clock, so the shot clock basically is gone away. So now Rutgers Newark has to knock down a shot right here. What look for them to do is maybe get it to Williams to maybe hit a quick three-pointer, because she's really their only three-point threat. If they don't go to Williams, they're going to have to get it to Howard quickly, because they're going to have to knock down a shot quickly, and then they're going to have to foul almost immediately. So also, you're going to have to see both Williams and Glenn have to get away from the ball, because they have 4 fouls. Yeah. They cannot afford, especially Williams, who's their only three-point threat. They cannot afford for her to get her 5th foul to go out of this game.
Yeah, and they lost Maria Simmons in regulation, and Williams, as you mentioned, their only three-point shooter. She shoots at 30%, and that is the highest percentage from three-point range on this team. Inbounds pass, goes over, knocked away, fight for it, coming up with it is Williams, forcing up a 3, way off, 6 seconds to go, laying it up is Lombard, cutting the lead to 3 with 4.3 seconds left, 61-53 Brooklyn College. It'll be Brooklyn College ball. Coach Alex Lang wants a timeout right now, as will be a full over 30. It'll be a full timeout call by Coach Alex Lang, as right now the play is obvious. Rutgers of Newark will go for a steal. If they don't get the steal, they will foul right away, as they cannot pick and choose who they want to foul at this moment. There's just not enough time here in the overtime.
Yeah, and if you're Brooklyn, you want to set up your best free throw shooters to get the ball right now, because with only 4.3 seconds left, Rutgers Newark doesn't have time to mess around. They've got to get a foul it immediately. They've got to go after the ball as soon as it gets inbounded. If you create a steal, great. If not, you got to hit the arm to force a foul. Brooklyn's had a little bit of struggles in the second half with shooting free throws, which is going to be key. So you've got to make sure that your best free throw shooters are getting the ball. You're probably going to have to set up at least a screen. You probably find 2 of your better ones, screen for each other, and see where the defense goes to flash the other one up.
Yeah, you got to think really fast right now. Brooklyn College on the verge of winning the 2015 ECAC Women's Division III Metro Tournament. They played so well in the second half as well as the overtime. D'Ambrosi has just been huge here in this overtime, hitting 3 big three-pointers here in the overtime. As I mentioned, she missed a three-pointer that would have won the game in regulation, and she was really determined to hit those three-pointers in the overtime. And she didn't have the best look, but it was halfway down and out. And she's had the mindset that I am not missing another three-pointer here in this overtime. If I'm wide open, Rutgers of Newark is going to have to pay, and pay they did. 3 big three-pointers, 20 points for Vanessa D'Ambrosi here in this game. Inbounding the basketball is D'Ambrosi. 4 seconds to go. Inbounds pass goes to Heyer, and Heyer is fouled immediately. It'll be on Shala Glenn. That'll be her 5th foul, and she will foul out this game. So she finishes the game with 3 points. It's the 5th foul on Shala Glenn. So Heyer will try to make this a 2-possession game. That's the second player on the Rutgers of Newark to be, as they call, disqualified. Maria Simmons and Shala Glenn have fouled out this game, and Chrissy Heyer will try to make this a 2-possession game with 3 seconds left. We'll try to put the ECAC on ice. As Asia Foster goes to the scores table for Brooklyn College. She'll check in after this free throw. Heyer gets set. Free throw is up. It's good! And Brooklyn College makes it a 2-possession game, 62-58. Asia Foster checks in for Jacqueline Grasso. And right now, one more free throw coming for Christina Heyer. Free throw is up. It gets quiet here. It's up. It's good. Brooklyn College has put the ECAC on ice. They are the 2015 ECAC Division III Metro North champions. Congratulations to them. A good way for their 7 seniors to go out. Coach Alex Lang with an amazing strategy in the second half and the overtime. As D'Ambrosi took over, players stepped up, and Brooklyn College, unlikely, knocks off a team from New Jersey. A great win for them. Just clutch basket after clutch basket. Great job by Brooklyn College maintaining their poise. Even as Megan Campbell fouled out, other players stepped up. Christina Heyer stepped up. Frank Amano did an amazing job setting up the offense in this game, as now we'll have an interview. Brock Myers will interview Vanessa D'Ambrosi. Take it away.
All right, thanks a lot, Adam. Here with Vanessa D'Ambrosi. Vanessa had a shot at the end of regulation to finish it. Didn't go in, but you made up for it in overtime. What was the key in knocking down those big shots in OT?
I just wanted this game. The whole team wanted this game, and I just had to make it happen.
You end your career ECAC champions, first time in program history. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. It's been great being a part of this program.
All right, thanks a lot, Vanessa.
Yes, that was Brock Myers with Vanessa D'Ambrosi. And after missing that three-pointer that would have won the game in regulation, she said precisely what I was thinking. She did not want to lose this game. Every chance she had to hit a wide-open three-pointer, she was not going to miss that shot. She was going to make Rutgers of Newark pay every time they left her wide open. As I mentioned, they paid 3 big three-pointers. And D'Ambrosi, after a slow start to the regular season from the three-point line, has really heated up from the three-point line as the season progressed. Started the season at 27%, and now is at about a 33% clip. What a way for her to end her Brooklyn College career after missing the entire season last year with an ACL injury, coming back this year, being the ultimate hero in overtime, hitting three-pointer after big three-pointer. What a story for her. A great way for the 7 seniors on Brooklyn College to end their Brooklyn College careers. Jacqueline Grasso, Sarah Shanderson, Nicole Francomano did a great job setting up this offense. Brooklyn College did a great job in this game. Brock, any final thoughts?
You know, well, what we're going to do right now, I said they're going to have a quick presentation. We're going to hope to get Alex Lang after they do this trophy presentation.
Yes.
But, I mean, first and foremost, you got to give your hats off to Rutgers Newark. They did a great job of battling in this game and being able to come back and force overtime. You know, a lot of teams, they probably, after they had the kind of trailing late in regulation, they probably would have gone down. But give them credit. They battled back and they were able to force overtime. And, you know, sometimes, again, we talked about the big part of them going to overtime last time. When you do that in back-to-back nights, it's always tough. But credit them for forcing the overtime and getting in there. And, you know, there's not much you can do when Vanessa D'Ambrosi is knocking down three-pointers, because that was huge for the Bulldogs. If she hadn't done that, this could have been a completely different ball game.
Yeah, Brooklyn College with a great sense of resiliency here in the overtime. After Williams hit that three-pointer to force overtime, they kept their head. They did not get discouraged. They hit big shot after big shot, and now we have the ceremony as Rutgers of Newark will get the runner-up trophy right now as they fell to Brooklyn by 5 points. Right now it's Cherie Gordon and Jade Howard accepting the trophy, getting a picture right now, their picture taken at the midcourt logo. Right now, Brooklyn College, the great win is they'll be introduced in a few minutes, a few moments here. They finished this game really strongly. Great sense of resiliency here in the overtime. I just cannot say enough about their fights, as now they're introduced by the public address announcer. Congratulations to them. 2015 ECAC Women's Metro North Division III champions, your Brooklyn College Bulldogs, as they approach the midcourt logo to the tune, the very old tune, "We are the champions, we are the champions," as they get the trophy right now at the midcourt logo, and they will get their picture taken in a few minutes, the ECAC championship picture. As Brock Myers mentioned a few minutes ago, their first ECAC title. They've been here 6 times, and finally they get over the hump. Finally, they reach the summit. They win the ECAC title. 2015 ECAC champion, your Brooklyn College Bulldogs. Congratulations to them.
And, you know, it's got to be great for these 7 seniors. You know, it's been 3 years in a row that the Brooklyn Bulldogs, the Lady Bulldogs, have made it to the finals of the ECAC the first 2 times. They weren't able to close it out, but now these 7 seniors getting a third opportunity, getting another chance to finish out, and they're finally able to do it. It's got to feel great. You could hear, Vanessa D'Ambrosi. We got her real quick. You could tell she wanted to go celebrate with her team. She wasn't too concerned about the interview. But, a great effort by all 7 seniors, all 7 of them playing key roles in making this championship happen. And I like the move by the underclassmen. When they first presented the trophy, they let the 7 seniors go out and grab the trophy and let them kind of have that moment. And then Coach Lang told the whole team to get out there. But it's a great moment to let the seniors have this moment for them. And it's a great job and really a testament to these 7 players and how big they've been to this program.
Yeah, they really deserve it after yet another heartbreaking loss in the CUNYAC final to Baruch. They showed great resiliency in that sense as well. And I think that's the key to this Brooklyn College team, a team that has 7 seniors, a few sophomores, a few juniors. The key word is resiliency. All the times they lost in the CUNYAC final, all the times they lost in the ECAC tournament, they showed great resiliency coming back. And Vanessa D'Ambrosi, I believe, is the most valuable player of the ECAC tournament. Very well deserved. As I mentioned, hitting big shot after big shot. Well deserved. D'Ambrosi, the best player here in the ECAC Division III women's tournaments.
Yeah, she had 2 huge games, and I tell you what, if it wasn't for Vanessa D'Ambrosi, I don't think Brooklyn College wins this tournament.
Yeah.
So very well deserved that she gets the MVP award.
Yes.
She absolutely earned it.
Yes, well deserved. It's a team effort. As I mentioned, guys had to step up, and everybody stepped up in every way they could. Rebounding, scoring, passing. Every way they could step up, they stepped up. And they are so eager to celebrate, and rightfully so. We have yet to get Coach Alex Lang right now as he's celebrating with his seniors especially. They've been through so many failures together as we have Megan Campbell going into the stands, most likely going to talk to her family right now, getting a big hug from her family. She has played so well for Brooklyn College in her 4 years here. Just a great, great 4 years she has had for Brooklyn College. She has played so well, and right now we will finally get Brock Myers with Coach Alex Lang. Brock, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Adam. Here with Coach Lang. They like to say, Coach, 3rd time's a charm. I guess it worked out for you this time. How's it feel?
Yeah, we've been in this game 3 years in a row now, the ECAC Championship. It's a fun tournament to play in. Obviously, we wanted to win it once we got in it, and it's a great feeling today. It was a tough, hard-fought game, overtime, obviously. Both teams made runs. Looked like we were going to win in overtime. The regulation, and the girl hit the 3. Tough shot. So it was a great game.
Vanessa D'Ambrosi gets the MVP award. She was huge in overtime. Talk about her contributions, not only in this game and the tournament, but what she's meant for this program.
She's a great player. You don't find many players like her. She plays hard all the time, shoots the heck out of the ball. She's strong. Great player. It's going to be hard to replace her as a senior. So
you send 7 seniors off with an ECAC tournament victory. How does it feel to send what these 7 players have meant for this team? How does it feel sending them off with a win?
It's great. It's great. It's something we've never done before, is win an ECAC championship. So to win it, it's a great thing. To win a championship is a great thing. Obviously, we had our eyes set on the conference championship, but we didn't get a chance to do that. Fell in the championship game, but bounced back for this tournament. Played great tonight.
All right, Coach. Congratulations. Go enjoy this one.
Yes.
Take it back to you, Adam.
That was Brock Myers with Coach Alex Lang, and a great win for Brooklyn College. A great way to send off the 7 seniors as we get ready to sign off right now. For Brock Myers, I am Adam Lockley saying so long from the West Quad Gymnasium and the ECAC Women's Tournament. Congratulations to the Brooklyn College Bulldogs, their first ECAC title.